It was a chill Sunday afternoon and you had nothing to do. Then, you suddenly remember that you and your friends are looking to go out next week on Friday night. So you browse the internet looking for some inspo. Then somehow, you stumble upon 2000s Japanese fashion and see the girls. And you wonder why some of them have this distinct look. Skin so tanned it almost turned bronze, with bleached hair making them stick out like a sore thumb. Not to mention the outfits they wore. It's loud, flashy, and eye-catching. So let me introduce you to gyaru. It started back in Japan in the 90s, and it's been breaking rules ever since. Gyaru wasn't just a style, it was a form of rebellion. In this video, we're going to dive into how gyaru began, how it evolved, and some of its substyles. And of course, we're not forgetting the guys because the male version, gyaru, is a thing too. In fact, it's one of my sources of inspo. From the streets of Shibuya to becoming a niche on TikTok, gyaru is a phenomenon that I think is worthy of being put in the spotlight. So sit down, relax, have some snacks, because we're going to delve into the world of gyaru. And hey, if you're into Japanese alternative fashion or alternative fashion in general, hit that like and subscribe button, because that would help me a lot as a small channel. Alright, let's get into it. So gyaru actually comes from the English word gal. It popped up in a jeans ad back in the 70s. The brand was called Girls, with U instead of I. And apparently, it was a sub-brand of Wrangler. The word didn't really mean much at the time. The real gyaru movement kicked off around the 90s. Japanese girls started copying Western looks. Think tropical vibes, beaches, sunshine, floral prints, tanning, surfing. That time in the early 2000s when video games were obsessed with islands. Even though the inspiration seems chill, beyond the look lies a rebellious statement. So what makes gyaru rebellious? So Japan had pretty strict beauty standards. Some of you probably already know. Having pale skin, black hair, and being soft-spoken was the pinnacle of beauty there. And gyaru said no you to all that. They bleached their hair, got deep tans, piled on the makeup, and wore whatever they wanted. Their favorite spot? Shibuya. Specifically the Shibuya 109 shopping mall. That place basically was a gyaru paradise. Magazines like Egg and Pop Teen also helped spread the style all over the nation. But it also got a ton of backlash. The local media painted gyaru as wild party girls or school delinquents. But to many, it was about having fun, finding community, and self-expression. And honestly, they seemed to not giving a damn what anyone thought. Gyaru wasn't just a single look, it had tons of substyles. Let's start out with Kogyaru, the schoolgirl rebels. Short skirts, loose socks, dyed hair, brain name bags. Basically high school uniform but make it fashion. Then came Ganguro, and this is where things got wild. Deep tans, white makeup. It's so kitschy and kinda shocked the older generation. The more extreme version are Yamanba and Manba Gyaru. Bright clothes, glitter, crazy hair, and makeup that looks straight out of a manga. On the flip side, there's Onegyaru, the big sister style, more elegant, grown up, and classy. There's also a more edgy twist to it called Anegyaru, with leathers, leopard prints, and furs as the signature item. And then, you've got Ora Orake, the tough girl look, inspired by the members of Bosozoku, the biker gangs of Japan notorious in the 80s. And we can't forget Bigyaru, a style influenced by black culture and hip-hop. With the braids, cornrows, oversized streetwear, it sparked a lot of discussion. Some loved the look, others raised questions about cultural appropriation. Now let's talk about the guys' version, Gyaruo. It's pretty much the same idea, tans, fleshy hair, alternative outfits. There's Onike, which means older brother. It's a mix between high fashion and alt fashion. Imagine a fusion between 2000s Dolce & Gabbana and Chrome Hearts. It was basically the main style of Gyaruo. The look was so trendy that a lot of VK bands were adopting it in the late 2000s. There's also Salon K, which was less edgy and more casual. It was mainly worn by men attending beauty school, hence the name. There's also Host K, which is associated with Japan's male club host. Sharp dressed and looking like idols, they usually entertain the girls, flirting with them, making them blush, so that they could spend more time in the club, bringing more dough to the club. They're kinda like male version of geishas. Some other substyle of gyaru includes a style inspired by surfers and the male counterpart of ganguro. All of these substyles just shows how diverse gyaru is. Some were colorful, some looked rock and roll, but they all had one thing in common, and that is being different. Gyaru wasn't about fitting in. It was about being loud, proud, and owning your look. Going against the grain of Japan's standard of beauty, each substyle had its own community and personality, and for a while, gyaru was everywhere. But by the 2010s, the hype started to fade, or at least it looked like it did. Like many things that sort of died in the past, gyaru recently had a revival on social media. It went silent, and then suddenly, it shows up again online. Social media gave it a second life. On TikTok and Instagram, the gyaru hashtag started blowing up, turning into a niche of its own. Old school looks made a comeback, and new gen gyaru were born. Tutorials, throwback pics, and even vintage egg scans went viral, with thrifting becoming a habit of newer fashion enthusiasts. And 2000s Japanese brands being found again, gyaru returned and brought a new spark to today's fashion. And international fans, they're all over it. Gyaru is global now. It's not just a Japanese thing anymore, it's a part of internet fashion culture. Gyaru paved the way for edgy and kitschy looks we see today. It challenged norms and broke boundaries. Whether you go full manba or just adding a little gyaru flair to your own style, you're adopting a noteworthy moment in Japan's fashion history. So that's the story of gyaru, how it started, how it grew, where it's going. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and follow my socials. Drop a comment below of your favorite substyle of gyaru or the one you'd rock yourself. And again, subscribe if you want to dive into more fashion and subcultures from Japan and beyond. See you all next time.